Oh my god, I look so cute and cozy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You guys know when you have like the depression, anxiety, slump, spiral, can't get out of it bullshit. I had that, but I'm feeling good. I'm happier now. I mean, that's kind of how my life rolls. It's like happy, sad. But while I was in that kind of slump or whatever, I always have anxiety basically every day. We know this. You guys know I talk about mental health all the time. Anxiety, depression, like what I'm going through, but I've never done like a full video solely on anxiety and tips for anxiety. And I know there's a bunch of things I talk about, life skills that can help you cope with anxiety. But when you're feeling anxious, you just want a quick fix, and that's totally fair. You want to relieve that pain. And I thought I would do a video on how to soothe those anxious feelings and make your life a little more bearable. These are just little tips that I've learned from personal experience and also my therapy from professionals that do assist you in calming down your anxiety, making you feel better, and I just thought I would share those with you. Maybe you clicked on this video because you know you're feeling anxious right now and you're searching up how to feel better when you're anxious and what are tips to calm down that anxiety or that stress feeling. Or maybe you just have an anxiety disorder, maybe you get anxious because we all have anxiety and you just want these tips for later. Maybe you want to write them down on your phone. That always helps me, writing things in my phone, like in the notes section, just like so I can look back on them. For whatever reason you clicked on this video, I hope it is helpful. Quick little plug, I just have to. All my jewelry is from my own company. These are a smaller version of the royal hoops I have online. You just take the little pendant off and they're like the most beautiful 14 karat gold lightweight hoops in the entire world. These are brand new designs coming out soon, these little pearl threaders, and you can wear them a million ways. And then this solid gold lightning bolt. It's just so beautiful. I have it in solid white gold and then solid yellow gold's coming out. That will be out soon. We had a really fun shoot yesterday was it yesterday? 2 days ago. Oh my god. My jeweler is making up some stock for Black Friday and Christmas and everything, so I'm really excited. So I'll leave my website and Instagram for my company down below, so just make sure you know when every new thing is coming out, and I'm just really excited. And thank you guys for your support as always. Let's just jump into the tips. So, you know, you've had a tough day, or maybe you just woke up anxious. You have that pit in your stomach. You know, something's telling you and telling your brain that that feeling comes. What do? It felt like a quarter life crisis when I was having this depression anxiety slump. I didn't know who I was. I also have something called BDP, borderline personality disorder. If you want to hear more about that, I can make a video on it. It also just, that disorder and, you know, being a 21-year-old in general, so we can all relate. You don't really know who you are. You don't know what your purpose is. And I just like panicked, freaked out. And I also just didn't like myself. I don't have much self-esteem. I'm working on it. And something that has helped me so much very recently that I just need to tell you guys about, that I should have done so long ago and that my therapist always tells me to do. But I'm the first person to roll my eyes when someone tells me to meditate when I'm upset. I don't want to meditate. Like, I don't have the attention span for that. I also have ADD. I can't focus on anything. Meditation stresses me out more because, you know, you're anxious, you're thinking about everything that's going on while you're sitting there. You just, no. This app is called Headspace. I paid for it, but I think yearly it's like $85, which sounds like a lot, but I swear to God, the advice and it's just so well done. I make it a habit that first 10 minutes in the morning, I meditate. I can't explain to you how it works just because, you know, the app is professionally done. I'm not a meditator professional. It is just such a calming. The first time I did it, I cried because I felt relaxed for the first time in a while, and it actually made my anxiety a little more bearable, which is just so, I know what it feels like when you have anxiety. It feels like nothing is gonna make that anxiety go away. You kind of feel helpless. This actually calmed me down and it gave me hope. For once, I don't know, it's very positive affirmations. It works on a lot of self-esteem, like everything you're going through is normal, it's okay, stuff like that. Meditation clears your mind. It brings you back down to earth. It makes you realize that thoughts are not threatening. Thoughts are thoughts. They are not going to attack you and hurt you. You're allowed to have thoughts, and the more you learn how to cope with those thoughts and that they're like, and learn that they're normal, the more calm you will be. So this next one is, you know what, maybe you're too panicked to meditate. You're so anxious, you're having maybe oncoming symptoms of a panic attack. this sounds so dumb and you're gonna be like, shut up, but this is I do something called DBT. It's the therapy I'm in, dialectic behavioral therapy, and it's something they always talk about is heat and ice. So this is proven. Don't ask me, I'm not a scientist or a psychologist or a doctor by any means, but I've been explained this by doctors. It is proven that an ice pack, a hot shower, a cold shower will regulate your heart rate. So if you're in a panic, hop into a hot or cold shower, sit there, let the water fall on you. If you're at work or at school, bring around an ice pack or something. Just that feeling, it's going to give you something to focus on, and it actually regulates your heart rate. So that's more of a quick fix so that you can ground. So maybe you can have that ice pack to calm yourself down so you can get into a headspace where you can meditate and just relax. That's more of a panic option. Something similar, if you're just having that butterfly feeling of anxiety and you're really stressed out, have a bath if you have access to one. Make yourself a nice cup of not caffeinated tea, so chamomile, mint tea. I usually find that warm water around me is really soothing. Call a friend. I find when I'm alone, which I love being alone, but usually that's when the anxiety thoughts can take over and the stress thoughts can take over, and usually just calling someone that I trust, like my boyfriend or my best friend or my sister. Just hearing a familiar voice is so calming, and it takes away that sadness and that alone feeling and that anxiety feeling that nothing is going to be okay, this feeling will never go away. Hearing that familiar voice can kind of bring you back to, I am going to be okay, I have people there for me, and you know, this is going to pass, and usually their advice will help, and it's just nice to get an outside perspective. So this is a great one if you are at home and you're having an anxious day. I know when you're at work or school this can be harder, but generally that's more of a distraction thing. When you're at home, you don't really have that many distractions. I mean, you can do work or whatever, but it's more tempting to not be distracted, I guess you could say, and just sit in your anxious thoughts. Watch a good show in bed with a cup of tea and a show that makes you laugh. Me and my friend Brooklyn, she always says that, and I agree, Family Guy and The Office, those two specific shows kind of take away anxiety because it's not a lot about romance. Maybe you're heartbroken. It's not stressful. It's just so dumb and funny and lighthearted that it just kind of puts you in a more relaxed state. So try watching The Office or Family Guy if you haven't, and sit on the couch bundled up or in bed like so. Oh my god, I look so cute. This is called a Hush blanket from the company Hush Blankets. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a weighted blanket. I've heard of one before and I've always wanted one, and then my boyfriend sent me this link to this company and I reached out to them and I was like, this will save my life and save my subscribers' life. I was like, how heavy is it gonna be? Is it gonna hurt? It doesn't hurt. It's kind of like, it feels like a hug. It's filled with these little, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like evenly distributed weight, so it's not like one side's gonna be really heavy and the other's not. And this fabric is like bamboo fiber. It's just so soft. It feels like a hug. I got the Hush iced one, so it keeps your body temperature regulated so you don't overheat at night, which is really nice. I use it fully as my duvet. Even though I get cold at night, this is warm enough to keep me warm, but it doesn't make me sweaty. If that makes sense, which I love. I've had it for 2 weeks now and it's a game changer. My boyfriend slept over and he's like stubborn and picky. He said he had one of the better sleeps. I mean, my bed is really comfortable, but he said he had one of like the better sleeps that he's had in a while. So it helps with insomnia if you struggle with that. Anxiety, I sit with this all the time, even when I'm not sleeping. If I'm doing work and I'm feeling anxious, or I'm just feeling anxious in general, I'll sit down with this on a couch, or I'll lay in bed with this on top of me while I'm doing work to kind of calm me down. If you're studying, maybe you're stressed for a test or something, or watching a show or whatever. So I highly recommend this. I have a discount code. You're welcome. Follow the link in my description box. I'll link it just first thing down below. Code Annika for $35 off. And they're actually very reasonably priced for how high quality these products are. And it's a Canadian based company and I love supporting local ethical companies. So I really thought you guys would enjoy it. So the next tip, if you have access to a car, which I know I don't always, the car's being used or whatever, maybe it's freaking Canadian roads are too icy to drive on. But if you can, car rides really calm me down. Don't go if you're in a panic mode, just because that's really unsafe for you and others. But if you're just, you know, having that uneasy feeling, go on a ride, clear your head, turn on your favorite music, not sad music. Use opposite action. Don't listen to sad music when you feel sad. Use opposite action and force yourself to listen to happy music. Have that willpower. It will cheer you up rather than sad music will make you sad. And I know that feels good in the moment, but it's really just not productive. Saying really loudly, who the fuck cares? Roll down your window, clear your head, drive around. What I like to do, I know this sounds so sad and lame, but I like to drive around my friends because all my friends are at school right now. They go to school like 2 hours away. So when they're not here and I feel lonely and anxious, I drive around areas that make me happy. So I drive around their houses, like past them like multiple times, and like through my neighborhood that I grew up in. It just makes me feel more at home. Maybe drive and go get yourself your favorite food, or just, you know, drive around aimlessly like I do. And usually that helps me a little bit. It just puts me in a better mood, and like that good music, and you feel more free. I love driving. I always have. Make soup. I am the last person to tell you to cook. I fucking hate cooking. I don't like cleaning up. I don't like cooking. I like eating. I did this the other day and game changer. I asked my friend Brooke for her favorite, like, it's this hearty vegetable soup. It is the best soup ever. I don't even love soup that much, but this soup is so, oh my God, especially in the winter months, because we're coming into winter now. It's so snowy. It is the most, it's comfort food that doesn't make you feel shitty. I mean, there's nothing wrong with eating junk food. I eat junk food every day, but when you're feeling really anxious or maybe down on yourself, it's good to eat healthy and comfort food that is like also nourishing for you. Because I know when I'm anxious, I don't eat. So this makes me also want to eat. It was so therapeutic to like have the kitchen alone, ask your parents to get the fuck out, watch YouTube videos, chop up all your veggies, and then like eating the soup. I was like, wow, I'm so proud of myself. I'm such a chef, like wife material, hello. If you guys want that soup recipe, let me know. I will make a video on that or incorporate it into a vegan what I eat in a day or whatever. It was so therapeutic to just cook, and Brooke tells me that she does that when she's anxious, and now I do it, and now you guys can do it. Get the fuck out of your house. Go see nature. It is proven that greenery and nature and being around like animals makes you feel better. Fresh air. If you have a park near your house, go to the park. If you don't have a park, walk on the freaking street and go stare at a tree. Like, just be outside for 5 minutes. Just getting out of your house is better than nothing. Go on a nature walk. Hiking in the ravine near my house makes me so happy. I love it. Hang around a dog. If you don't have a dog, I'm so sorry. Go to a friend who has a dog or a family member who has a dog. Go to the Humane Society and a dog shelter and go pet dogs. Animals, there's nothing more therapeutic. I love my dog more than anything in the world. I need dogs just as much as like the dog needs the owner. Like, I need a dog. They just make you so happy, and it's an unexplainable feeling. So unless you're weird and don't like dogs, go see dogs or cats or something. If you're allergic, pop a frickin' allergy pill and go see them. My final tip, when nothing works, so you've tried all of these, you know, you've had an ice pack to your face, or you've taken a shower and you're watching a show and you're so anxious and you just can't get out of your own mind. Something is wrong, it's killing you. Usually, you know what, you have the willpower to push through it, but you know, we all have those days where we just can't, and that's totally fine. You're human. You will find ways to cope and get out of that. Maybe that's medication. Maybe you need to talk to a professional. My medication definitely has helped me, and I'm not ashamed of that at all. If it makes everyday life bearable, and it might have some side effects versus being miserable all day, every day, and no side effects, I'm gonna go for the side effects every time, because I'm not living a life where I'm constantly anxious and depressed, and that's just not a life I wanna live. So meds are something separate. I'm not going to give you advice for that, but if you know your parents are saying no, it's your life. So definitely look into it on your own. Make smart choices, talk to professionals, but don't ever be ashamed of needing medication. Obviously, don't abuse them. You guys know, you can fill in the blanks. But my final tip, past all that, and you've tried all these tips that I've given you, just take a fucking nap. Sometimes when I just can't get out of that funk, I can't get out of that weird feeling and vibe, a nap is a reset button. You know, your brain shuts off for a little bit, and sometimes I wake up feeling better. You may wake up a little groggy or whatever, but I usually wake up with more energy, as long as it's not like too late in the day. You have a fresh start, you have a fresh mentality, and usually I'm a little less anxious when I nap. I truly, truly hope these tips are somewhat helpful, because I know the feeling of anxiety, and there's like almost nothing worse. It's the most annoying thing. You want to like punch your brain and be like, stop. There's nothing wrong. Stop it. Like, stop tricking me. It's so annoying. We're humans, and that is life sometimes. Some of us have more anxiety than others, and it's okay. You're not alone. We deserve to enjoy life. We shouldn't have to deal with so much shit in our lives, but we do. So just try to make it as enjoyable as possible. And you know, just accept that you're anxious, and that's okay. It will pass. This too shall pass always. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out my link in the description for the blanket, for my jewelry, for everything. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I love you, and I'll see you in my next video.